Hello, I'm Amy Blaylock. Welcome to City Hall this week. Now that all of Durham's streets previously rated as being in poor or very poor condition have been repaired, it's time to start thinking about another round of street improvements. The City Council approved a $283,000 contract for a new pavement condition survey of the current condition of Durham's street system. The last one was done in 2007 and resulted in work that was completed from 2007 to 2012. Streets that were rated as fair, good, or very good at that point are now in need of attention because all of the previous focus had been on the poor rated streets. The survey will result in a 5-year plan for repairing the streets. People who ride the bus in Durham may be paying more for that service by this time next year. In coordination with its transit partners throughout the Triangle, the city is considering a fare increase that would go into effect next January.
The proposals that we're going out for public comment with include a 50-cent increase in the cash fare. It'd be twice that in the day pass fare, so it's going from $2 to $3. One alternative is to do it over a 2-year period of time. A second is to jump all at once in the first year. And the third alternative is to increase that day pass to $3 over 2 years, but to slow down the increase of the cash fare. So it would only rise to $1.25 over 2 years rather than the $1.50.
The proposed increase is part of an effort to maintain or improve service levels while reducing the amount of money that has to be supplemented by the city each year.
The City of Durham, along with the other transit agencies in the Triangle, have been maintaining their budgets over the last several years through efficiencies, in some case modest service reductions. Durham has actually reduced the hours of service provided by about 4% over the last couple of years, and still have a gap. And for the upcoming fiscal year, Durham is looking at a $1.7 million gap between expenditures for current service and the revenues available, and so the fare increase is one way of looking at closing that gap.
As part of the process of considering the rate increase, city staff now wants to hear what you think about the proposal.
Transit agencies are going to do a coordinated public comment period that should start toward the end of April through May. There'll be meetings in each of the communities, including Durham at Durham Station. We'll also have outreach on board the buses, giving people multiple ways that they can give comments through leaving cards, note cards, emails, telephone messages, and then there'll be a web interface where people can also leave comments.
Once the public has had a chance to offer feedback, any necessary revisions will be made to the proposal and it will be presented to the City Council for consideration. The redevelopment of the James A. Whitted School is moving forward as a significant component of the Southside community's revitalization. The 98,000 square foot facility was originally built in the early 1920s. It is located at 200 East Umstead Street.
The James A. Whitted School is extremely important to the community. It served many years as Hillside High School, and so a lot of folks remember that as their school and remember it being sort of a community landmark and a place of gathering, a place where people would go during the afternoons, and a place where families knew their children were in the afternoons. They'd go play basketball or hang out with their friends. So it's really sort of the central point of that community.
Durham County has made the renovation of the building a priority so that it will continue to serve as a focal hub for Southside's renewal.
Whitted is obviously going to be an important part of the Southside revitalization, and the city has done a lot in that community in the last several years, and so Whitted can remain sort of a focus of the community and a cornerstone of the community.
The City Council received an update on the plans for the building's renovation during its March 21st work session.
The plan right now is to redevelop it into senior, low to moderate income senior housing and pre-kindergarten school space. So it can be a place where folks who perhaps grew up in the Southside community could return as seniors to live. Or it could be a place where folks that live in the community now could send their children, and it could once again serve the community as a school site like it did several years ago.
To make that happen, a combination of developers has been chosen to lead the renovation project.
Out of Atlanta, a local developer, Eddie Belk Architecture, and then the Durham Public Schools, the commissioners have chosen to begin negotiations with them.
According to the current schedule, the building is expected to open sometime in 2015. Durham now has a new program in place to help local businesses win government contracts. The City Council approved an ordinance establishing the Small Local Business Enterprise Program during its meeting on April 1st. The program is geared towards supporting local small businesses as well as enhancing the tax base and employment opportunities. It is open only to individuals and firms in Durham, Orange, Person, and Chatham counties. The program would apply to all construction contracts up to $500,000 and architectural, engineering, and surveying contracts up to $100,000. Coming up next, Elmira Park gets new life when City Hall This Week continues.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think, but so is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Now it's time to get back outside. All Durham residents are invited to try out everything the newly renovated Elmira Avenue Park has to offer. A ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new and improved park was held on March 28th. The park received a $15,000 grant through the National Sprite Spark Park project. Money that was spent on refreshing the park's basketball courts. In case you want to get back in the game on the new courts yourself, the park is located at 540 Elmira Avenue. That does it for City Hall this week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And of course, you can find us on demand on DTV8's webpage and on YouTube. I'm Amy Blaylock. Thank you for joining us.